sports. We are Baltimore. We are San Diego.
Now the Padres offense has certainly perked up a little bit. A big 4-3 win yesterday. 9 runs in 2 ball games, 22 hits in this big home run. A game winner by Tommy Medica. He's back in the starting lineup for 3 games. The third and final one in this series between the Padres and the Diamondbacks from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. Should be a good ball game. It is the rubber match. Chance for the Padres to take this series. Mark Grant, Mike Pomeranz with you, Dick Enberg with the night off. It's going to go to Tim Stauffer tonight to get the start, his second of the season, Mark, but he's had a lot of success here in his career.
And he's had 2 games to scout these Arizona Diamondbacks, game 1 and 2. So let's go back to last Friday against the Cubs. He had some breathing room in the 11-1 win. He went 5 solid innings, only 2 hits. Early on, he ran into some trouble. But what was the reason why he ironed it out? Good 2-seam fastball, and look for the changeup as well from Tim Stauffer while punching out 5 Chicago Cubs.
Well, as Buddy Black and his team look to pick up the win tonight, they're going to have to contend with the offense of the Arizona Diamondbacks, but certainly has played better, Mark, in May than in March and April, and Martin Prado, one reason why.
You know, Martin Prado is generally a guy who tries to use the whole field, but when you look at the career against the Padres here at Chase Field, it's 11 games. The batting average, it's softball numbers, the home run, the slugging percentage. And talking to some of the Arizona Diamondback people recently, rather than just trying to slap it, he's trying to turn it up a notch. He's turning on some pitches, trying to pull it, and there you see why those power numbers are on the upper end.
So Prado in the lineup tonight, starting at third base. When we come back, we're going to talk with the Padres rookie reliever Kevin Quackenbush, who tells you why this series has been so emotional for him. for Kevin Quackenbush. It has been an emotional roller coaster here in Arizona. One night a loss, the next night a win. Here are Kevin's thoughts. Our Geico quote of the game.
I'm very happy it happened. I mean, I was very excited for the opportunity to come back and bounce back from last night. And, you know, Stoltz did a great job. And then I'm really excited right now. It's a dream come true. I wanted this since I was a little kid, so I mean, we only have the words for it right now.
Kevin Quackenbush, always a reliever. As a pro, you got to learn how to bounce back. Forget about yesterday, and it's almost like you delete it, you send it to the trash. Today is a new day.
So for Quackenbush, in the span of a few days, his first big league loss, and last night his first big league win. When we come back, the series on the line, the Padres with an opportunity to take their second series win against an NL West opponent. First pitch coming up. Yasmani Grandal, if you were watching the ball game last night, hit in the back of the hand by Paul Goldschmidt. It was catcher's interference. More importantly, Yasmani had to leave the ball game. Thought he might miss a game or two, but he texted Buddy Black this morning, said he was ready to go, so he's in the lineup tonight. Everett Cabrera will lead off. Seth Smith is going to bat second. Chase Headley in the third slot. Yonder Alonso over at first base. Tommy Medica, who played first last night, tonight will start in left field. Jed Jerko's at second. Cameron Maben in center. Grandal, as I mentioned, will catch. The pitcher, Tim Stauffer. The lineup brought to you by Toyota.
And the scouting report for young left-hander Chase Anderson, the 26-year-old, is making his third start of the 2014 campaign. Hey, his changeup is his best off-speed pitch. He will use it to both lefties and righties. He throws that changeup along with a fastball about 92, 93, and also he'll mix in a curveball as well. Homegrown Arizona Diamondback.
For Arizona, defensively for Kirk Gibson tonight, it's the third and final game of the series between the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Ender Inciarte, youngster, going to get the start in left field. A.J. Pollock, he's been a bit of a menace for the Padres. He will be in center field. Gerardo Parra in right. Martin Prado. Chris Owings, the shortstop. Aaron Hill at second. Paul Goldschmidt at first. And as seemingly always is the case, Miguel Montero behind the plate catching young Chase Anderson. Brought to you by Honda tonight. Buddy Black, Chase Headley, Yasmani Grandal, and company with an opportunity to win their second series mark of the year against the National League West opponent.
And hopefully it starts with Evan Cabrera and Bud Black erasing whatever happened about last night. Even though it was a victory for the Padres, you forget about it. You try to win this ball game and take the series.
Calling the balls and strikes tonight will be Sean Barber. Chris Guccione is at first base. Paul Nart is at second. And Eric Cooper, the crew chief, is handling things over at third. So it's Cabrera, Smith, and Headley to face Chase Anderson. Anderson, 9th round pick for the Diamondbacks in 2009. As Mark mentioned, organizationally, he is voted to have had the best changeup. So that's his go-to pitch. It's Prado in at third. And the first pitch of the ball game outside, ball one. Timeout called. An interesting start to the big league career for Chase Anderson. Technically, I suppose this is his third big league start. And I say technically because he was out there for another start his last time out against the Mets, but
it wasn't real though.
No, doesn't count. 3 innings, rain washed it away.
Yes.
So all stats, it's like it never happened.
Right.
Hammered center field. Pollock puts it away, 1 down. So Cabrera, the first out for the ball game. Everett 4 for 9 in the series for Chase. Double-A Mobile. 6 starts, 4-2 record mark. Good ERA though.
Yeah, pretty good numbers overall at Double-A Mobile, and I think a lot of that has to do with the changeup. We're going to have to keep an eye also the location and the command of that fastball for Chase Anderson.
Seth Smith didn't play in last night's ball game. At 4-3, Padres win. He's 1 for 4 with a double in game 1.
You know, his minor league numbers for Anderson, 360 innings going into this year in the minors and fewer than 100 walks. So seems like he's around the plate.
They like this young man, but a lot of injuries. A lot of disabled list time. Elbow issues, tricep issues. Pepper his minor league career.
He's been on the DL in the short time he's been a pro 5 times. Signed in 2009.
.3-0 to Smith. And he works a walk. So
Ball.
1-out walk puts Smith aboard for Chase Headley.
Hey, the keys to the game. Don't chase. Chase. Here at Chase. Meaning, don't swing at balls. Make them throw strikes in the zone and win a series on the road. We've talked about that. If the Padres win tonight, it'll be their 2nd road series that they have captured. Enjoy the off day tomorrow in Chicago and then worry about the White Sox. Had an interesting conversation with Chase Headley before the game because none of these hitters have ever faced Chase Anderson, right? As Chase Headley faces the right-hander Chase Anderson at Chase Field. He says, I just try to watch a lot of video on the kid and I find out who was in town before and I find comparable hitters to me and see how he pitched them. So Chase said, I looked at video the way that Chase Anderson pitched against Adrian Gonzalez. As we take a look over the top. Front glove is tucked. Driving off that back leg and getting extended on that 4-seam fastball from Chase Anderson.
6 feet tall, 190 pounds. Here's the 0-2 to Chase. And throw down from Montero to first base. Everybody is safe. Chase Headley looked like he checked the swing there. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Another interesting nugget that Chase told me before the game. He says, you know what? I swung through 4 changeups last night. And he looked at me and said, what's this kid's best secondary pitch? I said, the changeup. He said, I have to be aware of him throwing the changeup tonight because I swung and missed 4 changeups last night. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well.
We'll see if Chase will make the adjustment. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bouncing ball, Goldschmidt, nice backhand play, short for one, back to the young pitcher Anderson, double play. So Chase Anderson able to work his way out of the first. Up comes Tim Stauffer. Tim Stauffer, the starting pitcher for the Padres, going to face Kirk Gibson's lineup of A.J. Pollock, Gerardo Parra, Paul Goldschmidt, Miguel Montero, Martin Prado, Aaron Hill, Chris Owings is at shortstop. Was going to be Cliff Pennington, but a sore hand takes Pennington out of the lineup, so it's Owings who's going to get the start at short. Ender Inciarte, the rookie, and Chase Anderson, the pitcher.
And the scouting report for right-hander Tim Stauffer, making his second start this year. Continue momentum from the last start and strike one in this ballpark. I know it's so, repetitive, but for Tim Stauffer and this start, in the way that the ball can travel, he has to get strike one, put them on the defensive. And our scouting report is brought to you by Jaguar of San Diego.
Roof open, panels open. Talked about that the last couple of games of the series. And at least statistically, doesn't necessarily impact the runs scored. Psychologically, it might bother some folks. Pollock, Parra, Goldschmidt to face Stauffer.
I'll tell you what, psychologically, I'll be quite honest with you, I feel more refreshed, and it's like a real big league ball game with the roof and the panels open. It's refreshing.
Club says that's why they keep it open. Fans appreciate that open air ballpark feeling. When it's not 340 degrees, you can do that. One ball, two strikes to Pollock. It's the cool 100. Very little wind here in the ballpark. Mostly cloudy. I prefer to think of it as partly sunny. Bouncing ball down the line and foul.
Well, that's the kind of guy you are, though. A glass half full, and I agree wholeheartedly.
Like the notion of enjoying the weather when you can. It's like we mentioned, not a lot of wind. Should not necessarily affect balls flying out of here. They just do anyway.
Yes.
The heat and the altitude. Back up the middle, Cabrera can't get to it. Into center field, and Pollock has a leadoff base hit. So Cabrera, the shortstop. Jed Jerko, as usual, at second base. Chase Headley at third. Yonder Alonso is at first. Medica, Maben, and Seth Smith in right for Seth. His 41st start in the outfield this season. Yasmani Grandal behind the plate.
Oh, Seth Smith. We saw him so much as a Colorado Rocky, and we saw him briefly in Oakland as Tommy Medica is in left field. But Seth Smith, man, seeing him every day and what he has done so far, very impressive for the veteran left-handed hitter.
Spoke to a scout today, and there had been that outside thought that perhaps the Padres brought in Seth Smith really to spell Carlos Quentin when he needed a break and work him in a little bit of right field. And the organization felt otherwise. They knew Seth was going to get some more opportunities, and really he has provided a ton of offense, some pop against that right-handed pitching. Gerardo Parra, as the throw goes over to first, trying to get Pollock. He's back in time. Pollock 4 for 9 now in the series, and Parra, he have the cannon arm in right field. 2 for 9 against the Padres in 2 ball games. And the left field line, and foul is Eric Cooper.
That ball was hit so hard, and credit Eric Cooper, the third base umpire, because he started running down the line so he could get a better look to it. It was very, very close.
Very close.
Yeah, kind of tough to tell because, we're screened with the ball and the line is on the backside of the ball, right?
Sometimes you see a little bit of chalk fly. I didn't see any there. As Kirk Gibson mulls it over as his video crew decides whether it is worth a challenge.
So the umpires are going to the headsets. Kirk Gibson was out there talking with Eric Cooper. He got the word from the clubhouse. And a replay review for the Arizona Diamondbacks. First challenge of the evening for the Diamondbacks.
But Gibson getting it started early.
Yeah.
Second hitter into the ball game for his club, and he wants a closer look. So the call on the field is that it was a foul ball. Gibson challenging it, and Dave Roberts, bench coach for the Padres, just wants to hear, I think, what his guys think.
Exactly. You've got Eric Young and Ben Sostanovich in the Padre clubhouse with the same monitoring system. So they're going to get the views as well. Kind of tough to tell right there, because the ball is on the foul side of the line.
Remember, this call comes from the headquarters in New York. The umpires on the field have nothing to do with it this point forward. They'll just relay the message that they get from the control center in New York. They get a dozen or so angles.
And it's so close. So close. I mean, does it look like a little white? A little white, whether that's dirt, whether that's sand in the mixture of the composite. There's something definitely kicks up. But what exactly is it?
So after 1 minute 28 seconds, the call stands, which means there's been no clear and convincing evidence to confirm or overturn that call. So it is a foul ball, and A.J. Pollock will trot back to first base. Gerardo Parra get back in the batter's box, and Kirk Gibson is now out of challenges. Spend it early.
And early, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, that's a break for San Diego. No more challenges allowed for the D-backs. 1:29 on the clock. 1 minute 29 seconds on that decision. So Tim Stauffer had to wait around. Let's see how he reacts.
Kirk Gibson celebrating his 57th birthday today. Doesn't get a gift with that challenge. Got a cake with a lump of coal in there.
I was just going to say, that's when you open up a box and it's a horrible looking shirt and you're like, gee, thanks. You didn't have to.
Wish you hadn't. 1-1. Low, it's ball 2. Well, Parra's hit safely in 20 of his last 23 ball games. As I mentioned, 2 for 9 in the series, has an RBI, scored a run. Two-one, wrapped past Alonso at first into right field, and Pollock will motor into third. Parra. Base hit. 2 hitters for Kirk Gibson's Diamondbacks. 2 base hits.
And 2 hits that have found the holes and have been hit on the ground. So Tim Stauffer has that 2-seamer working way out of the reach of Yonder Alonso. And there's a runner at first base on that. You pick up the third base coach, Glenn Sherlock, waving him around for the first and third.
Now, this is one of our keys to the game for the last couple of games, Mark, just having Paul Goldschmidt up with nobody on, but right now he's on with 2 on. And the first pitch to Goldschmidt is a strike. Remember, Tim Stauffer on a soft pitch count, as Buddy Black had said, right around 80-85 pitches, but it's really the degree of stress that he faces early that'll determine how long he'll go.
There's the changeup. Oh, the hot zone. What does that mean? Well, what quadrants in the strike zone does Paul Goldschmidt like to hit? He likes them elevated, and he likes them on the inner half of the plate, right? Here's home plate, and he likes to get extended. How do you get him out? Well, try to pepper down and away at a 152 clip. Maybe a ground ball for a double play or a swing and a miss.
0-2 fouled away. You know, he takes a big rip. No question about it, but I think a fellow with the controlling command that Stauffer has, they have an advantage here, certainly ahead in the count.
Yeah, the ideal situation here is going for the punch out, right? Then 1 out, you've got the double play in order. There's a defensive swing.
You know, that late swing he took right there reminds me a little bit of the swing he took last night that hit Grandal in the back of the hand.
Yes.
Just that try to survive swing, letting the ball travel.
Well, I'm sure Yazzie behind home plate tonight is tucked back a little bit further and isn't going to be reaching for so many pitches like he did last night.
Yeah, that's one more look at the play from last night that we're referencing. You can see that late swing, and it got him so squarely. Even Yasmani had said he was all but certain that injury was going to be serious. Fortunately, obviously not the case. And again, a late swing, and he'll just shovel it out there to right field, and it's a fair ball. Pollock will come in to score. Parra will pull up at third. And that's about as softly as a big man like Goldschmidt can hit a ball. It might have been as perfectly executed as he could have hoped for. He dumps it in front of Seth Smith and right.
Very frustrating for Tim Stauffer because remember we showed you the hot zone and where he's hitting 152, 154. Look at that. That ball, if taken, is clearly a ball off the plate. But Paul Goldschmidt is such a good hitter. If he's not coming out of his shoes with 2 strikes, he's got to protect. My goodness, that's a cricket swing on contact just below the knees, well off the plate, serves it in the shallow right field for the double.
Couple of singles and that double, 1-0. Arizona.
Look at where that pitch was. It was, it was even beyond that. Don't you think, Mike?
I think you're right.
That was well off the plate, but that's where Tim Stauffer was trying to get to Paul Goldschmidt. And you know what? Sometimes you make a pitch like that, you just have to tip your cap.
Yeah, it looked like he went to the right spot, but Goldschmidt is able to just fan that ball out in the right field. So it's a 1-0 ball game here as Tim Stauffer and the Padres look to record their first out here in the bottom of the first. Miguel Montero, 256 hitter, 5 home runs this season. 2 for 7 in the series. Well, Montero's been something of an Iron Man for the Diamondbacks. He leads all major league catchers in games and innings caught. 49th ball game for Montero. Ball gets behind Yasmani, not far enough away for Parra at third to do anything.
You're going to have to keep an eye tonight also, Mike, on Yasmani and that glove hand. Doesn't seem early on to be having any problems with squeezing it. As we take a look, where does this one hit him? Off the webbing of the glove on that breaking ball. A very catchable ball, just couldn't get to it.
So Stauffer behind, 2 balls, no strikes. And he battles back in the count, 2-1 now. I spoke with Buddy a little before the game about Grandal and just that. Maybe he feels okay in the morning and was swinging here at the field early, said he felt okay swinging. I said, well, what about the impact of a good fastball hitting the mid? He said, no, he seems to feel fine.
Guy's a gamer.
Tough customer.
Tell you, when a player walks off the field, right? You know, the trainer came out, but he starts walking towards the dugout, taking him out of the game. That sends up a red flag. And talking to him after the game, the first time, Yazzie that was, I said, how were the x-rays? He goes, they were negative. Maybe you've done some damage to maybe some blood vessels and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm good to go. So you want to be a catcher, huh?
Yeah. You're right, though. He walked off the field yesterday. I think by his own admission, he's like, I was certain my hand was broken. And fewer than 24 hours later.
Yep. And usually it's the next day that is worse, right? Because of all the swelling and stuff. So credit the training staff as well. Todd Hutchison and Paulie Navarro getting on that injury quickly.
You bet. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Montero. Second and third, Grandal and Cabrera will now confer.
Well, like Tim Stauffer, his last start, Mike, against the Chicago Cubs. Remember, we talked about stressful innings. It was Tim Stauffer in that first inning against the Cubs. He gave up the double, and then he got an out, and then a walk. No runs were scored, but this outing a little different. No ball was hit hard so far this inning. They just found some holes.
And it's ball 4. Lou to Montero. So now the bases are loaded. A couple of singles, a double, and now a walk. And that'll bring out the pitching coach, Darren Balsley.
All right, time for a little breather for Tim Stauffer. The workload is getting up there. The pitch count, 21 for Tim Stauffer. Bases loaded situation. You might want to be talking to Tim Stauffer about, okay, Prado, who we talked about in our pregame, right? Good numbers here at Chase Field. He's going to be looking for the fastball. You want to start him off with a changeup? You want to start him off with a little slider?
Now, when you talk about the leading pitch of an at-bat being a changeup, you're seeing it more in the game now than back years ago when they said you have to change off of something. So we'll see what Stauffer goes with here to open up Prado. Now Prado, yesterday's ball game, second inning, solo shot, pretty good poke left field. That was his first home run of the season. Got the Diamondbacks on the board, but the Padres would overcome that, citing 4-3 win. Series split at 1 game apiece.
And Mike, what do you know? The first pitch of this at bat was a 2-seamer fastball away for a strike. And it looks like Tim went to the changeup for the second pitch. So a well-located fastball to get ahead. 0-1, now 1-1.
And strike 2 to Prado. Buddy with something of a cautionary stare, keeping a very close eye on his starting pitcher. Now 24 pitches thrown. So Stauffer dealing with the bases loaded here and nobody out. It's Parra at third, Goldschmidt the runner at second, and Montero at first via the walk. And Another softball served into right field over the head of Jed Jerko. 1 run is in, and the Diamondbacks will play station to station as Goldschmidt will hold up at third base. And Prado, a little soft serve there into right field, but he'll drive in far. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Oh, it's got to be frustrating. That's a slider. Once again, look at that swing from Prado. All upper body, all wrists. It's elevated, but like Paul Goldschmidt going the opposite way. And another ball just finding the garden spot out in the outfield, in right field, and the Diamondbacks adding on here early.
Aaron Hill. Strike 1. Nobody out. 4 hits in the inning. 1 walk as Don Roach gets loose in the Padres bullpen.
Well, you have to think ahead, right? So with that said, Donnie Roach, who had a start earlier, he was mostly a starter in the minor leagues. Hopefully Tim Stauffer makes a pitch here or 2 to get out of this inning to leave it at 2 runs. That's obviously the ideal situation.
Out, 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 out.
The Padres, with a day off tomorrow, can certainly afford to use the bullpen, but certainly no intention of doing that this early. But he's got every arm available. He said try to rest Kevin Quackenbush if you can. Quackenbush threw in the first 2 games. Need a double play. A strikeout here would be nice too. Here's the 0-2 to Hill. And he gets it. So 3 pitch at bat for Hill. 1 down.
Okay, a third of the way there. Tim Stauffer just saw him point to the catch of Yasmani Grandal. Me and you on a comebacker. I got you on a comebacker. This is where you got to stay mentally tough. Look at Tim. He's upset. He's slapping himself on the leg there. Come on, let's get it going.
Here's the shortstop, Chris Owings.
Well, here are the 2 hits. Paul Goldschmidt on the left. Look at him reach down and get it. It was a slider well off the plate. And then on the right, wow, Prado going to get it. Bad hacks, good results. And you know what? That's baseball.
Sometimes better be lucky than good, right? Nice job blocking it up there by Yasmani Grandal. Owings more offensively minded for the Diamondbacks. Cliff Pennington, the other shortstop, better defender. Owings with 9 errors, but he does have a little pop. 3 home runs. The 1-1, and it's strike 2.
Good curveball. Hey, if he can get out of this mess with 2 runs. The only thing, though, the pitch count now up to 33 for Tim. That's a workout. That's a serious workload in 1 inning.
Now Tim's grinding early, as you pointed out there. He's made some good pitches. A little bit of hard luck. Goldschmidt and Prado.
Throwing 35 pitches with no rest. That takes its toll.
I've always pointed that out and say, hey, go out to your backyard.
Yeah.
Throw 35 pitches up against the garage door.
Yeah, get warmed up, right? And then get in game mode to where you're locked in. Get somebody to catch for you and let it go with full effort for 35 pitches and let me know how you feel after. I don't care if you're a little leaguer or a big leaguer. It's a workout.
2-2 to Owings. Hammered back up the middle. No play for Jerko. 1 run will score, and the Diamondbacks continue to just go 90 feet at a time. Goldschmidt in. It's a 3-0 ball game.
Well, 1 on, 1 off. The first hard hit ball for the Diamondbacks. Multiple base runners. 1 extra base hit. But as you mentioned, Mike, Owings putting a good swing on that one. More offensively minded for the Diamondbacks. And we saw some bad hacks this inning. Owings, boy, he gets it right at the belt buckle. Good looking swing right there. And you know he hit it on the sweet spot. You see absolutely no vibration of that bat on the Phantom Cam.
That ball also hit well up the middle. It'll get through. Another base hit. 1 run is in. This time the Diamondbacks will try, and they will score 2 on the single by young Ender Inciarte. 5-0 Arizona. Montero, Prado, both scored. Owings now at second, and Buddy Black's going to make a change. So Stauffer, after having some good success here at Chase Field and against Arizona, a very short evening, tough night for Tim. The pitching change, more baseball coming up.
The X-ray room, and for them to tell me that I had a broken pinky and a fractured knuckle. So, you know, we kind of dodged a bullet there. Seems apparently there's 2 blood vessels that go through there, and kind of hit the blood vessel, and it made it look worse than what it was. Right on the back, and then going forward, you know, when I first saw it, you know, the knuckle seemed to be on this side, and the pinky seemed to be way on that side. So, you know, nothing else that I could have really thought about than, you know, just getting a broken hand.
Unfortunately, that's certainly not the case. Yasmani back in the lineup tonight. And Tim Stauffer doing what he could, kind of the victim of some fortunate hitting for the Diamondbacks and a couple of well-hit balls. And Diamondbacks lead 5-0. Don Roach takes over with 1 out here in the first. Pitcher squares. Anderson gets it down. Headley will field it, so Chase will throw out Chase here at Chase. And Owings moves over to third. Inciarte to second. And 2 men are out.
Oh, getting back to Tim Stauffer, believe me, that is not fun. No fun at all. And like you said, Mike, sometimes you just got to tip your cap. And there's no worse feeling, especially when you get a chance to start, right? You wait those 5 days or those 4 days in between his last outing with the Cubs, and you get that chance, and you only go a third of an inning. So now you hand it over to Don Roach. He's got some experience in the minor leagues. He's got to start at the big league level. Now it's time to chew up some innings for the right-hander.
Top of the lineup, here's A.J. Pollock. Singled and scored.
You know what's worse than having an outing as a starter, going a third of an inning?
What's that?
Not getting an out in the first inning. Been there, done that. Not fun.
No, you make a good point. I'm sure it's excruciating.
Oh, it's the worst.
That ball is hit very well off Roach. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Center field. It'll be Maven going to play it on the hop. And Pollock continues his torrid hitting. 2 more runs come in. The Diamondbacks now lead 7-0. Owings and Inciarte come around.
Two-seamer that just didn't sink. Don Roach has got that. He's got to get that pitch down and locate it well, because the way the Diamondbacks are swinging the bats when the ball is in the heart of the plate, they're putting some good swings on it, and Pollock has done that this series. The big blow came in that first game on Monday with the home run. You can't make a mistake to that guy.
Pollock now 5 for 10 in these 3 games. This ball is lifted to left field by Parra. It's going to go all the way to the corner, and it won't be caught. It'll bounce into the bullpen. Medica gave it a look, thought he had a play. Hustling over there, unable to get to it. So back-to-back doubles for Parra and Pollock. 2 hits in the inning each.
Going the other way on a pitch that was supposed to be down and away. And this ball off the left-handed bat, Tommy Medica, not even close to getting that one as it's slicing away. It looked like Medica was playing him over towards the right center field gap. Boy, he inside out of that one. He wanted it down and away, Don Roach did. He did it. He yanked it down and in. And Parra did a good job of inside out in that pitch.
Paul Goldschmidt, RBI double, and has scored a run already this inning. Roach quickly ahead, 0-2. Ball kicks up and away from Grandal. He can't find it initially, and now does, but Parra is able to scamper to third.
This looked like a split finger out of the hand of Don Roach. Sure enough, he yanks it. Yazzie does everything he can to get in front of that one. Just goes right up the right arm, right shoulder.
One-two to Goldschmidt. Another weak swing. This one he does not get a hit, but it's very close. Jerko is able to retire him. Remember, the Diamondbacks don't have any challenges even if they wanted to, so Roach is finally able to get the Padres out of the first. 8 runs, though, on 8 hits. We move to the second. field. Hey folks, Saturday, full day of MLB action. It begins with the Braves taking on the Marlins on Fox Sports 1. And then it's baseball night in America on Fox as the Rays battle the Red Sox, or the Pirates take on the Dodgers. Our MLB doubleheader begins on Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1 and continues at 4 Pacific on Fox. Yonder Alonso, Tommy Medica, Jed Jerko here, top of the second inning to face the rookie, Chase Anderson. Well, the old adage, Padres need base runners. No real strategy till they can reel in these Diamondbacks a little bit. Yonder 2 for 5 in the series, has a double, has a home run.
You know how hard it is to get kicked in the gut like that in the first inning, and you got to go up to the plate and try to maintain an intense attitude, an intense approach. It's hard. You just got sand kicked in your face in the first inning, right?
I'm sure it is tough, but you know, this ball is hit pretty well right center field, but the Diamondbacks have a couple of guys close. It'll be Parra to put it away, 1 down. You know, to your point, it's a chip away process, right?
Right.
Can't go up there trying to do it all one swing.
And, you know, it was later in that inning that the Diamondbacks started hitting the ball early. Tim Stauffer gave up some seeing eye singles, the 2 swings from Goldschmidt and Parra. Sure, that's going to happen. And then they started to square up some pitches later in that inning.
Owings and Inciarte at the bottom of the lineup, hitting the ball on button.
Yeah, and those pitches were down the middle of the plate, right? They just caught too much of the plate. That's going to happen.
Tommy Medica. What a night for Tommy last night. 3 for 4. The big home run gave the Padres a 4-3 win. 263 on the year. Bronson Arroyo on the disabled list there on the right. Wade Miley last night started talking to the birthday boy, Kirk Gibson. 57 today. His ball ripped right at the third baseman. Prado can't glove it. So Tommy Medica picks up where he left off last night. Hits the ball hard. And that'll be scored an error by Martin Prado.
You know, I would love to have Tommy Medica get a hit, but you know what, though? That's a very makeable play. It's a big league third baseman there. The phantom cam. That ball hooking. No question, E5.
But it is a base runner for Jed Jerko. You know, frankly, at this point, doesn't matter how you get on. Just get on. Jed second on the team, home runs with 5 behind Seth Smith. 0-2. I imagine you're a rookie pitcher. I don't care if you're a rookie really or a veteran. You stake to an 8-0 lead.
Sure.
Reduce the blood pressure a little bit. 0-2 to Jerko. Ball 1. Jed 1 for 8 in this Diamondback series. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 10 ball games. And it counts now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shattered bat into left field. That'll be a base hit. So as you're fond of saying, Jed sacrifice a little lumber.
Absolutely.
Well worth it.
Hey, got a pitch elevated. Gladly sacrifice that, Shillelagh. Let's see him get on top of it. Down by the label. Elevated enough to get it through the infield. Over the infielder's heads for the base knock. Kindling. Hey, does the name Jim Rooker mean anything to you?
Pirates pitcher?
Remember back in the day that he went into the broadcast booth?
Yep.
Games like this remind me of Jim Rooker.
Why is that?
Because it happened back in 1989. Pirates-Phillies game. Pirates scored 10 in the first. Now this is the opposite, right? Padres are down. Jim Rooker, after 10 runs in the first, said on the air, if we don't win this one, meaning hang on to win, I will walk back to Pittsburgh from Philadelphia. Well, guess what? The Phillies came back and beat the Pirates.
That's a long walk.
My point is, the Padres trail here 8-0, right? If the Padres come back and win this one, should I say I'm going to walk from Phoenix back to San Diego, maybe? He did it for charity, by the way. He actually, in the offseason, went from Philly to Pittsburgh. He stuck to his word.
You want to make that bet?
And
the only
hey,
people who will hear it.
I love my Padres.
The only people who will hear it, just the two of us. And all of San Diego.
So if the Padres come back and win this one.
Cam Maben, oh, nice play. Prado, long throw to first, can't get him. Good job gloving it by the Diamondbacks third baseman, but Cameron Maben, you're not going to get him very easily.
Another hard hit ball and a great play by Prado down at third base. 2 steps and a dive. Hustling Cameron Maben. Hey, multiple base runners here, 1 out. Like you said, Mike, chip away, right?
Got to do it. So a couple of well hit balls down at Prado. One he drops for an error. Medica aboard. And then this one from Maben. Too hot to handle. That's a base hit. Yasmani Grandal with the bases loaded, 1 out here, top of second.
I'll tell you what, if the Padres come back and win this one, I will walk from my couch to the refrigerator to get a social sparkler.
Or what you like to call Wednesday. Hey, just in case you're pondering the notion, I've checked it out. 1,752 miles.
From here to Chicago?
From Phoenix to Chicago.
So I could probably make it from here to
Phoenix. That's about it.
Whoa, look out.
Look out. Rips into the dugout. Who's back? Everybody seems to be okay.
Well, remember the hand of Grandal, right? We talked about that. The catcher's interference injury. Thank goodness. Looks like everybody is okay down there. We got some smiles down there, and that's a good sign. Look at Todd Hutchison. All over it right there. You know, Todd Hutchison can tape an ankle. And he can help you with a Band-Aid here and there. But can he fix Phantom Cam?
Lifted. Infield. Prado. 2 down. The infield fly. In effect, Prado puts it away.
Batter is automatically out. Runners can advance at their own risk.
Number 39, Don Roche.
The pitcher, Don Roche.
You know what? I want to do something for charity. I want to think of something.
Oh, boy.
Maybe get the fans involved. Come up with an idea. If the Padres come back and win this one.
Just be careful. Those of us who know how impulsive you are.
In fact, I want to do something for Children's Hospital.
I like where you're going. I like where you're going.
So we'd like to hear your ideas.
So you're thinking what? You want to hear it from the folks on Twitter?
Yeah, just, you know.
Right field.
Have them get involved.
All right. So, folks, you know what you have to do. Mark Grant wants to raise a little money for charity. Bring the Padres back in this one. At your local Buick dealer, or you can go to Buick.com. By Petco, the power of together. By your San Diego Lexus dealer. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at Southwest.com. Gonna have to shatter a lot of bats. Get this offense moving. Padres trying to bounce back, down 8-0 right now, bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, there's some Padre fans there hanging in there. I know it's early, bottom of the second inning. Hoping Donnie Roach can go deep into the game. And you know what? This is one of those games, Mike, where Don Roach has to get this team into the 6th inning. He's got to chew up some innings.
As you know, Padres are off tomorrow before they begin a series in Chicago against the White Sox, so the bullpen is available to Darren Balsley and Buddy Black. The possible exception, I think, clear now. Kevin Quackenbush won't go, where he threw the first 2 games of this series. Padres' largest comeback, 8 runs, tapped in twice, and Miguel Montero singles to left. So with the off day tomorrow, it'll be Ian Kennedy going against John Danks on Friday. Ross, Rienzo, Stoltz, Quintana to finish it off on Sunday. A couple of good young arms going for the White Sox.
Yeah.
Padres will not see Chris Sale, their ace, and they will not see Jose Abreu.
That's right. He's on the DL. And you know what? Kind of anxious to go to the south side. We go to the north side every year, obviously, to play the Cubs in the National League. So interleague play takes the Padres to the south side of 35th and Shields to play the White Sox.
I'm sure some of your family will be there, some friends. You're the Joliet Wonder Boy, aren't you?
Sure. Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on now. Pride of Joliet.
Oh, please.
Big prison there, right?
Yeah, Stateville.
Congratulations to you for getting out so early. Martin Prado, 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Okay, well, I've done some thought.
Okay.
And I've made my decision. If the Padres come back and win this one, we'll have to pick a specific time But I'll walk from Alpine to Petco Park for Children's Hospital. Raise some money for the kids.
That's
It's about 35 miles.
according to my math, yeah, just about 30 miles. And you mentioned Jim Rooker.
Yes.
And he walked, you said, from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh?
Correct.
That's 304 miles. You're just kind of, sort of, a little underneath. But I know our folks on Twitter are also offering up some ideas. One guy says he wants to see in a Padres bikini. I thought that was...
If it's a mesh low-rise, I will.
Hammered left field into the corner. And gone. Home run, Prado. 2-run shot. 10-0 Diamondbacks. So Prado had his first home run of the year last night, and he gets number 2 right here.
Remember in our pregame we were talking about Martin Prado, and you know, pretty much kind of a slap hitter this year. Well, Bob Brenly, the voice of the Diamondbacks, said, you know what, he's starting to pull the ball and trying to grip it and rip it with a little bit more aggression, and we just saw it again right there. We saw the home run in the second inning last night.
Here's Aaron Hill. Nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. So you were going to walk Alpine to Petco down 8-0.
Well, do you have another challenge, or how about back and forth then? Alpine to Petco, back to Alpine.
Well, I'm certainly not the ultimate authority. I'm admiring the fact that you're willing to do something. I think it's going to help a great cause.
So I guess the deal is here, I have to equate to 304 miles.
You're putting the parameters on this. I think anything you do, as Hill flies out to center field, anything you do is a generous gesture. Anything you do. I think that's dynamite.
Beautiful sky once again here in the desert. Man. A watercolor painting. Love it. I love the desert. I really do. I'd love a Padre comeback even more so I can walk.
1 out. Bottom of the second inning. Hey, got an interesting tweet from our friend Judson Richards.
Oh.
1360.
Really? What, are he and Costa up to something?
He said so. Mudcat basically saying if the Padres come back, he'll exercise. Great. Here's another suggestion. Justin Wiltz wants you to skydive into the Padres' next home game.
I'll do that with a Navy SEAL, like the tandem, right?
Sure.
I think I'm too heavy, though. There are weight restrictions.
Talk about a lawn dart at a quarter mile up. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Alpine to Petco.
That's your plan.
And back. Let's do that. Alpine to Petco and back.
In the same day?
It's 70 miles.
In the same day?
I don't think that's possible, is it?
I don't know. You know your fitness level. Maybe you have to jog a little bit.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be watching Forrest Gump.
Let's figure this. You can run a marathon, 26 miles or so, and if you're, able to do it, not 5-6 hours for the average bear, as Owings singles to left. So you figure 10 hours if you could jog it the whole way. And I know you do CrossFit at 4:30 in the morning, which no one is awake enough to prove. So is that in your scope? Think that's even remotely realistic? I didn't think so.
I'm sticking with Alpine to Petco to Alpine.
in a month's time.
No, it'll take a day.
In a car. Ender Inciarte.
What do you want me to pull like a Diana Nyad and swim from Cuba to Florida?
Look, you brought it up. You brought it up. You said Jim Rooker, down
English
10-0. Walk from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. 304 miles.
How about swim the length of the swimming pool here at Chase Field?
Oh, you are a piece of work. Inciarte to left. Medica. 2 down. Oh boy. Hey folks, America's News Sports Network is the place to turn before every slam, every goal, every game. It's America's pregame, and it's only on Fox Sports 1. Streams live on Fox Sports Go. You can tune in to America's pregame weekdays, 3 o'clock Pacific, only on Fox Sports 1. If you'd like to find Fox Sports 1 on your cable satellite provider, go to foxsports1.com. Here's the pitcher, Chase Anderson. I see the wheels turning.
I think I've made my decision.
I thought you wanted more input from all your fans on Twitter.
Absolutely.
So you haven't made your decision.
Well, as far as I want it to be like a day thing. You know what I'm saying? Jim Rooker's took like, I don't know, 3-4 days maybe.
Aaron says if you're going to do that Alpine to Petco walk, she wants you to hit every taco shop along the way. It's a 10-0 ball game. Back with more in a moment from Chase Field. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Mark. Top of the third inning, Everett Cabrera, Seth Smith, Chase Headley to face Chase Anderson. Prado to Goldschmidt, 1 down. So if you're just tuning in, rough start for Tim Stauffer. Third of an inning. Diamondbacks score 8 in the first, 2 in the second. American League West, talking about Houston, 10 games out, 22 and 32. A's probably the most impressive club right now in the American League. Not fooling anybody, not surprising anybody, I should say. Oakland. Expectations are there. Seth walked in the first. And Mark Grant is trying to raise a little money for charity, hoping for a Padres comeback. Kicking around some ideas.
And you know what is interesting? I mentioned the Jim Rooker story, right, when he was an announcer. And the Pirates had a 10-0 lead. He said, if we don't end up winning this one, hanging on, I'll walk back from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, which he did later that year in the offseason. Well, my good friend Bob Chandler back in San Diego, he watches every game, and a guy who I truly love and admire, just a historian of Padre baseball. He let me know that it's ironic. Back in 1974, Jim Rooker was pitching for the Pirates against the Padres. He had an 8-0 lead, was taken out of the game, right? Padres came back and won it.
And no pitch called there. That's a heck of a tail. Bird on the field.
Is that the shift? Is he playing the shift? Oh, he's okay. He's in foul territory. Don't let Cashner see that.
That bird's got no shot. Two 1 on the way.
Good curveball right there by Anderson. Tell you what, you talk about a good feeling for a youngster to just be aggressive in the zone, right? You alluded to that a little earlier, Mike.
And why not, right?
There's a changeup.
Right into the shift. And Smith has got 2 down here in the third.
Well, Mark Sweeney, I mentioned it earlier. It's very tough, right, between the ears to try to maintain the intensity in a game like this.
With 2 down, here's Chase Headley. And Headley does not go, says crew chief Eric Cooper.
Are you going to walk with me?
I like the idea. I like the idea. I'd like to hear more ideas, though, from
yeah, get on Twitter.
fans.
Let us know. At Mudcat55.
It's a great plan.
There's a changeup that Chase Headley was talking about before the game that he was possibly going to see from Chase Anderson. And he got one right there.
So Anderson spent the early part of the season in Double-A. 4-2, .69 earned run average. Third official start here in the big leagues. And he misses up high. Full count. You know, I know Mark Sweeney's got a few ideas for you. And they're coming back.
I'm sure he does.
But I want him to kick it around a little bit. I don't want him to jump to anything here with a full count and 2 outs. But I'm curious to hear what he's got in the hopper for you as it's strike 3. The chase. Padres going to have to get a little something going. Bits and pieces at a time as they trail 10-0. Game here, bottom of the third. And folks, we'd like you to tweet your photo using hashtag SDFanPhoto. Chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. And it's brought to you by our friends at AT&T.
Ever been to the Grand Canyon?
Many times. South Rim, when you're coming up from Phoenix. Beautiful.
Never been there.
Really?
No.
You played in Phoenix, live in San Diego. Be afraid to take the family out.
Family truckster?
Why wouldn't you? I think this fella's tweeting you an idea for your fundraiser.
Got to throw up another 0 there, Donnie Roach.
A.J. Pollock, Gerardo Parra, Paul Goldschmidt to face Roach. Bottom of the third. Pollock a single and a double, couple of RBIs, couple of runs scored. Mark Sweeney back in San Diego. Sweeney, did you give this any thought? Any ideas what you think Mudcat should do? What do you mean you're not one for ideas? Those are gems. Well, we know he's got the Richard Simmons outfit. The question is, can he make balloon animals?
I can learn.
I've seen you tie a balloon knot.
Yeah.
Entertain the kids out at the park Question is, what will the fans come up with?
Well, Don Roach has to throw up a 0, and then the Padres have to just chip away and chip away even more. Doing?
Pollock bouncing ball. Headley will let it go to Cabrera. Cabrera the long throw, the hop, and the pick by Yonder Alonso. Nice play, both sides. As Pollock's retired, first out here in the bottom of the third. A tough play for Everett. Strong arm. A little help here by Yonder Alonso, too.
And you don't want to start giving away free outs also in a game like this. And Yonder Alonso does a fine job of picking that one out of the dirt on the short hop, picking up his shortstop, saving him an error.
One out. Here's Gerardo Parra. Parra, single, double. RBI, run scored.
That's another key for Don Roach, Mike. Think grounder. Keep the ball on the ground. He's got such a good sinker.
One of the best ground ball rates in baseball. Certainly in the minor leagues, right at about 70%.
Yeah.
In the minor leagues.
So to quantify that, or to explain that, for every 10 balls put in play, 7 are grounders.
Correct. That is correct. Another fellow on Twitter says you might want a base jump in the Grand Canyon. I think that's legal.
Like in one of those squirrel outfits?
Yeah. See, it's you to take it to the next level, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think I want to keep it in the area of keeping my feet on the ground.
Well, the walk's a good idea. Anything is a good idea, but just very generous of you.
Well, I want to see the Friars come back. Guy's got the rally cap on, and the other guy on the left, boy, he's excited.
Is that a just dunk shirt? And down goes Parra. So Roach worked it down to the strike zone. Pays off right there. Gerardo Parra, second out of the inning.
And the second strikeout for Don Roach in relief. What is it? It's the curveball. Getting on top of it. Got him way out front.
With 2 outs, here's Paul Goldschmidt. Boy, it's going to be 20 games until the Padres play a National League West opponent again. Until they face the Dodgers at Petco. June 20th, 21st, 22nd. Goldschmidt takes outside. You ever look at that kind of stuff, Swains, when you were a player? And does that affect you in any way, shape, or form, whether you're playing an opponent within your division?
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. And you can only worry about the game at hand. But I believe, I remember being on teams, and I'm sure, Mike, you, right? When you start playing the Dodgers and you start playing the Giants and Diamondbacks, you say to yourself, hey, guys, come on, we can get a game here.
Right.
But you don't do that until you're actually playing that ball club within your division. You got to just worry about the game at hand. Hey, let's gain a game here, guys. You know, let's take 2 out of 3.
1-2 to Goldschmidt, and he gets him. Nice job by Don Roach. Strikes out Goldschmidt. Padres, big hole, got to start climbing. Yonder Alonso, Tommy Medica, Jed Jerko against the rookie Chase Anderson. Diamondbacks, 10 runs on 11 hits. As the Padres, well, they have their work cut out for them, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I don't care where you rank in the home runs or offensively as a ball club. This ballpark.
Fly ball, Inciarte, left field.
Right, Mike, multiple base runners, and then maybe somebody run into one. Challenge? Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of challenge, we saw Kirk Gibson challenge McCall early in his
Yes.
lost his replay review. Did you guys see the story today in the paper regarding the ejections in Major League Baseball despite the replay?
Yes.
To this point, they're actually up. Ejections are up this year.
Don't you find that ironic?
Absolutely. 22% they're up. 22% from this time last year.
Because I remember there was a lot of people saying that because of the challenge system and the replay to get the call right, that would eliminate the ejections and the heated arguments between the managers and the umpires.
It brings up, I remember you saying this earlier too, that you thought it might take some of the emotion out of the game.
Right.
So I find it very interesting. There have been 61 ejections so far this season.
How many of those have been balls and strikes?
Almost half.
See, that's the
30.
Yeah.
30 of them have been balls and strikes. Hammered. Center fielder can't get to it. It'll get to the wall. Medica continues to crush. Pollock fires it in. Medica pulls up at third base. So Tommy really hits that ball flush. Talk about barreling one up there, Sweens. What'd you think?
Second baseman, Jed Jerko.
So triple for Medica.
He didn't even break stride. Picking up Glenn Hoffman. Stand-up triple. Tommy, can you hear me?
One down. Here's Jed Jerko. Ball hit to right field and down into the corner. Clanging off the wall and foul. You know, back to the story of the ejections. At this rate, guys, they forecast 195 players will be thrown out of the game by year's end. It includes managers, coaches, the like. Just 195 ejections.
Now, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Can you quantify that number as opposed to before the challenge system?
Last year, I can tell you last year's number.
Yeah, what was it?
180. This year they're forecasting 195. Jerko to the shortstop, Owings, and Medica will score. And Padres are on the board. So with this review system, they anticipate more ejections. Sweet, does that surprise you at all? That's a great point.
Hey, Joe Girardi had a good snap earlier this year in Anaheim. Balls and strikes sticking up for his pitcher. Remember that one with Las Diaz? That was an all-timer. Phil Plantier was ejected this year, remember?
Right. You know, we've seen a lot of hitters having conversations, we'll say, with the umpires. A little bit heated, but I don't often see too many ejections, but apparently league-wide it's been the case.
And once again, Phil Plantier is sticking up for his hitters, right? Coaches are going to do that. That's part of the game.
Cameron Maven. And you know, one of the other interesting notions on that is with these reviews, there's always been that concern that the games would go longer, and they have. Game's a little bit longer this season so far. We know Major League Baseball wants to try to control that, but about 3 minutes longer on average this year than last. Pace of play, but the calls are now, at least for the most part, correct. I don't know if I could handle that electronic strike zone.
That would be different. A different scenario.
Right center field goes Maven. No play, and a one hop the wall for Pollock. He's up with it. Maven around second. An easy triple. So 2 triples in the inning for the Padres. Medicas, he come around to score on the ground ball by Jerko, and now Cameron Maven.
Well, once again, Tommy Medica going the opposite way, and Cameron Maven getting all over a Chase Anderson high elevated pitch towards the pool. Looked like the outfield, they were playing him to go the other way, or playing him to pull rather, as Maven went the other way. Long run for A.J. Pollock, not even close. First one of the year for Daddy Longlegs.
Yasmani Grandal popped up in the second inning. Anderson now at 58 pitches.
Well, my question is regarding the ejections. If the other ones, the majority are balls and strikes, what are the other managers saying? Hey, you got it wrong, even though New York thinks they got it right?
That's a good question. Good point. As we'll ponder that here between the top of the fourth and the bottom. The Padres finally on the board. They trail by 9.
10, Padres 1, and Petco Park. It's a great place, right, Mike?
It certainly is.
But the party starts early with the second Padres Beer Fest of 2014. Great craft beers from local and national breweries in the park. At the park begin at 5. Hey, beat the lines and get your tickets, get your flyer funds, and a T-shirt early at Padres.com/beerfest. Cocktails.
You know what? That's a heck of an event. That's always
It's
a ton of
great.
fun. And we love it when folks are out early. Check us out on the pregame show.
Social sparklers.
It's a blast.
Big league ball game.
10-1 to score here at Chase Field in Phoenix. Third and final game of this series. Winner takes it. The series, that is. Here's Miguel Montero. Martin Prado, Aaron Hill to follow against Don Roach. Now the Padres broke through. Scored their run in the 4th inning. Triple by Tommy Medica. The ground ball from Jed Jerko. And Medica scored 10-1. In the last half inning, we were talking about the ejections throughout Major League Baseball are up this year 22% over last year, despite the instant replay challenges available now. We thought that might quell some of the anger and frustration. There have been 61 ejections so far this year. 30 of them have been for balls and strikes. And you asked me a moment ago how many the other ones, the difference there, what are they arguing? What are the calls if not the balls and strikes?
Correct. Right.
6 people have been thrown out for arguing a check swing.
Oh, okay.
1 for arguing a call at a base. 7 for arguing the replay ruling. How about that?
Really?
That's the best one of them all, right? You go out there, you challenge it, or the other manager does. It goes against you, or you don't like the ruling when you challenge it.
Right. How about like players?
Back up the middle. Don Roach able to hop step it out of the way, but it gets through to center field, and Montero has his 2nd hit tonight.
How about like players taunting other players that it escalates into like a possible brawl or something like that, and then there's an ejection? I'm sure there's a few there out there as well, right? Like, remember the one in Pittsburgh where the guy hit the home run? Or the guy hit the triple.
I see what you're saying.
And then he thought he was showing him up, and benches cleared, punches were thrown.
Right.
It was Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, right?
Oh, there was Jose Fernandez when he homered against the Braves.
Right.
Last season, and was met at the plate. That kind of thing. I see where you're going. Well, according to what I'm able to read, I don't know if that's occurred yet this season. Could be wrong, but I don't see it in front of me. So Martin Prado with Miguel Montero at first. Well, that's when you know you're mad too, though, isn't it? When you go out there a little bit frustrated, but everything calms down, you ask for the challenge. Challenge doesn't go your way, then you freak out on the 2nd time and get run. Well, they told us before the season started, did Major League Baseball, that the replay review system, the challenge system, is going to be a work in progress. And that's the update on the progress so far. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Prado. Singled, RBI, scored a run, and a home run for Prado. Out to left center field. Tommy Medica. Cameron Maybin, it'll be Medica. And Montero trot back to first base. 1 down. Well, Tommy's been busy. He's worked hard trying to get his legs under him as an outfielder. And Buddy Black and the organization feel confident having him out there now. Gives Carlos Quentin a little bit of a rest. And he certainly has been hitting since being recalled from AAA El Paso. Aaron Hill. Diamondbacks second baseman. This ball goes all the way to the backstop. Grandal is up with it. And Montero saunters into second base. So the Diamondbacks now with a runner at second in scoring position with one out on the wild pitch.
Well, Don Roach has the seamer, the two-seamer. He has the breaking ball and the split finger. That one looked like a split finger that he kind of yanked right there. Very tough to tell. Yazzie didn't even get a glove on that one.
One-zero wrap foul. So as we mentioned, Montero moves to second base on a wild pitch. But it got me to thinking about some of these unwritten rules in the game, Mark.
Right.
When you steal, when the score differential is such that you no longer run on the opposition.
You going Tampa Bay, Boston on us right now?
Yeah. A little bit. Bouncing ball. Headley to his glove hand side. He'll look Montero back. Fire to first. And Hill's gone. 2 down here at the bottom of the 4th. Fans Friday on Fox Sports San Diego. You can catch brand new episode. Padres POV. And this week, you'll see how Yonder Alonso does at the driving range with a golf club and a baseball bat. It's Friday after Padres Live. Fox Sports San Diego. Kate Osborne has that story for you. Funny how hard it is to hit a golf ball when it doesn't move. These guys can hit a 90-mile-an-hour slider.
It brings me to my knees. I can't do it.
Me neither. Me neither. 2-0 or 2 outs. I'm sorry. It is 10-1. 1 ball, no strikes. Chris Owings. Couple of singles. RBI. Run scored.
And I saw your act in spring training on the golf course.
Terrible.
Were you even trying? Seriously?
Yeah, that's it. That's my game. That's what I've got. You know, I got to thank Mark Sweeney for just being so tolerant. He is a patient guy. And by the way, one of the best lost ball finders in all of golf.
He's got radar, doesn't he?
That he does. He tells me I have bad bulbs.
And a bad swing.
Yeah, horrible swing. I'm still looking for something I'm good at. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Diamondback shortstop, Chris Owings. And he yanks another pitch, does Roach.
Man, a lot of pitches yanked well out of the strike zone and giving Yasmani Grandal a workout behind there.
So Montero now at third base.
2-seam. Get on top. Oh, wow. It almost looked, you know what? That's weird. It almost looked like in his glove it was a 2-seam. And then he just worked around it. In fact, now I remember talking to Don after a game, and he did the exact same thing. And I said, hey, what was it, the 2-seam grip? He goes, no, sometimes I just work around my fastball.
Is that his start at Colorado?
Exactly, yes.
So Owings aboard with the walk. And Montero after the single. The wild pitches. He's at third. Here's Ender Inciarte. Nice play by Roach. He'll flip it over to Yonder. Out of trouble. Padres trail by 9 as we hit to the top of the 5th. real friendly, real close. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box. Try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse, and visit us at aramco.biz. Beautiful skyline here in Phoenix, Arizona. Fans inside Chase Field. Roof is open. And right now, the Padres going to have to open the toolbox a little bit, Mark. Start putting some hits together. They trail by 9. Top of the 5th inning.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to have to be more than the toolbox. It's going to have to be the whole hardware store.
Afraid you're right. Facing the freshman, the rookie, Chase Anderson. Here's the pitcher, Don Roach. Buddy Black, Padres need some innings out of Roach, so no pinch hitter here.
I think he's got to get him into the 6th, right? Six innings.
At least. Don's thrown 60 pitches as the guys in the pen wait the phone call. What do you figure Roach is good for if he's at 60 right now?
75. 80 tops. What do you think?
I think probably about that. I think when he went out there for his start in Colorado, what was the idea then? 45, 50, if I remember right? So Tim Stauffer, the starter, roughed up early. Went a third of an inning. 6 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. Walk, a strikeout. And that's when Don Roach took over. And Roach is down on strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Last night's ball game, Padres won it 4-3, but the Arizona Diamondbacks starter Wade Miley went 7 innings, struck out 11 Padres. And that was a career high for Miley. Most career games with 10 or more strikeouts. Randy Johnson, 106 of them, or Saquon Vacation strikeout stat of the ball game.
Oh, Andrew Cashner doing a little leather work right there on one of the guantes.
Hey, good news on Cash in that arm right now.
Yeah, he's ahead of schedule, isn't he?
He is. Throwing a bullpen out here in Arizona. He's scheduled to throw another one on Friday in Chicago. And then we'll go from there.
How about Cash working the Leatherman? Paulie Navarro getting the Leatherman tool and doing a little lacing work on a glove down there in the dugout.
When you were playing, you do your own work, or sometimes these trainers are
the best.
By the way.
Yeah. Just watch that right hand there, Cash.
Everett Cabrera takes inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Did you ever try to unlace a glove and put it back together? Good luck.
Yeah, not entirely. I've replaced the string here, a string there, and then it gets way over my skill set. Cabrera into center field. 5th hit of the night for the Padres. That brings us back to that original question we had about running, depending on the score,
right?
Whether it's worth it. I mean, I think you got to play station to station here.
You're talking about if you're a club that's ahead.
Club that's ahead, because
when
that's
do you
what
shut
happened
down
with Boston and Tampa?
Yeah, when do you shut down the running game?
Right.
Because there's many different schools of thought on that.
So it was an 8-3 ball game, if I remember right, and Tampa, was it an 8-3? Yaniel Escobar steals a base. Boston gets upset.
It was in the 8th inning, I believe, right?
I think so.
So Tampa's ahead. They're running up 8-3, stealing third.
Correct.
Was Escobar as Joaquin Benoit starts to heat up for the Padres.
So up by 5 in essence.
Right.
So many unwritten rules in the game. What do you subscribe to?
You know what? I've talked to a lot of people about this, and of course,
from Number back to the mound. Anderson is second for what should have been 1. It is not. Ball dropped. And so Cabrera is safe at second. Smith at first now.
Third baseman Jason Headley.
2 men aboard for the Padres here at the top of the 5th inning. Any way you can get there, just get there.
Well, a squibber on the changeup, and Anderson knows exactly where he wants to go. And look at this throw. Right in the breadbasket.
So you see Prado there playing near the bag on the shift. He's charged with the error. That's 2 errors for Prado tonight. Remember, he dropped that line drive.
Yeah.
Medica hit to him in the 2nd. And then he drops the throw from Anderson here in the 5th. Chase Headley 0 for 2. Bounced into a double play and struck out. In the left field, Inciarte. He'll put it away. 2 down.
You know what? Regarding the running game and when to shut it down, you know what I subscribe to? 6 after 6. I've come to the conclusion if you're ahead by 6 after 6, you shut it down.
All right, we'll think about that. So check out the spray chart. Yonder Alonso actually using the whole field, but primarily left and center. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
Okay, that's a good sign because we've seen Yonder when he pulls the ball to the right center field gap. I mean, that's with some pop, right? Occasionally he'll flare out some hits to the opposite field. But he'll pick out that one pitch, one certain situation. They'll get the fastball middle in and turn on it. Hence the 11 hits to right field.
Now he hit a home run in the first game of this series, a shot in the 5th inning, 7-5 loss. Out toward the pool, right center. Softly in the left field, Inciarte running for Prado. Can't get it. It's foul ball. 0-2. So 6 after 6 is where you're going.
Yeah, I think if you're a team and you're up by 6 runs and it's after the 6th inning, I think you shut it down. You don't want to rub your nose in it.
I've heard 5 after 5.
5 after 5 is a reasonable one too, because you take in considering the biggest hit in baseball is what?
Grand slam.
So you're ahead by 5. You shut it down. If the other team comes back, okay, they hit that grand slam and they only trail by 1. So then you turn it right back on again.
So you don't apply like the college football rule of just pile on because you never
know.
No,
I don't subscribe to that. No.
Now, some of these clubs now are saying, look, if we're playing against, say, Cincinnati or Coors Field, no lead safe. Got to keep adding on.
Yeah. What do you think?
Let me think about that for a second. 2 outs. You know what? 6 after 6.
I think that's
reasonable. I can go with that, sure. I think 5 after 5.
I think Mike Scioscia in Anaheim.
Yeah.
I think his theory is 7 after 7.
Just arbitrarily like that.
That's
then 8 after 8. I mean, after right, it gets kind of absurd. I like the logic in the 5 after 5 with the grand slam being the separator. 1-2. Softly in right field, and Hill dives, can't make the play. Alonso, the RBI single, and around comes Cabrera. It is a 10-2 ball game.
Hey, add one more hit on that spray chart we just talked about, and according to my math, I think it would be now 12, 12, and 12 because he had 11 in right field. This pitch is inside. It's elevated. He snaps that shillelagh, and on the Phantom Cam, where'd he hit it? Down by the label. And that's a base hit for Yonder.
Aaron Hill gives it a good go, and Yonder able to sneak one past him into right field. So Miguel Montero talks things over with young Chase Anderson as Tommy Medica prepares the dig in. Reached on the error we talked about by Martin Prado in the 2nd and in the triple, and run scored in the 4th.
Hey, Medica runs into one, cuts the lead in half, yo.
You're going to be walking. They start chipping away like this.
Good.
And last night's ball game is a 3-3 game, and Tommy Medica in the 8th inning puts the Padres ahead. And that's the way it would finish. Houston Street. Well, you get to Houston Street, your night's done. Houston 15 saves, 15 for 15. 2 on for Medica. Tommy had 3 home runs in his short time up with the Padres last season. And he has 2 so far in 2014. 3 homers, 19 games last year.
Oh, high called strike on the changeup from Anderson. See by the Fox tracks there. Trying to keep the ball away, up and down. Southland technology.
Ripped to left field. No chance at a play by Inciarte. It rattles around the cage. 1 run is in. Around comes third. Alonso at third. He'll score. 2 runs in. It is a 10-4 ball game. Well, the Padres get fired up as Tommy Medica, a bullet to left.
How about Tommy Medica going Sugar Hill Gang? Jump on it. Jump on it. Apache, jump on it.
Seth Smith, Yonder Alonso.
Jump on that fastball. That's exactly what he did. He got the 2-seamer right down the middle of the plate. Everybody's off and running. The crack of the bat with 2 outs. 10-4.
Medica driving in Yonder and Seth. They get a little interesting now. Chat things over. Mike Harkey, the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks. I don't know what constitutes necessarily being locked in a zone for a hitter.
Right.
But you got to figure Medica's, if he's not there, he's close.
You know what? After talking to Mark Sweeney all those years and talking to Tony Gwynn, the one constant that comes out of their mouths is seeing the ball well out of the hand of the pitcher, right?
Yep, that's true.
That's the start.
He's
right?
seeing the ball. Jed Jerko, 2 outs.
Oh, you got to jump on that, huh? The fastball's right there. We've seen Jed turn on those fastballs as well.
Well, Medica out there at second base. Right back off of the pitcher's leg. Anderson Prado going to hustle. Is he going to make a play? And Goldschmidt can't hold it. So the Padres with Medica at third. And now Jerko, after hitting a bullet at the mound. And Chase Anderson shaken up a bit. And the Diamondbacks, Kirk Gibson, come out there after the base hit.
No, that
young right-hander.
Yeah, you could hear that one all the way up here as Jed Jerko throws that head, goes right up the box. Phantom cam. Looks like it got both legs on that one. Hockey suit.
And we'll hope he's okay. A couple of hard hit balls this inning off of Anderson.
You know, if Goldschmidt holds on to this baseball, they get Jerko. He just boxed it.
He's had a little trouble this series over there.
Check that glove for a frog with a tennis racket.
Remember, he dropped the ball over there in the first game. Ground ball by Seth Smith.
Yes.
First inning, he just had some trouble. It seems like the low throw is bothering him.
There's no way this kid wants to be taken out of this game. After one throw, he gives the thumbs up.
So Jed Jerko, second hit for Jed tonight. A couple of singles. And it brings up Cameron Maybin. 2 for 2. Padres right now 4 runs on 8 hits. Jerko and Maben have 4 of them. Medica with 2. Alonso with 1. Cabrera with 1. A lot of room on the right side as the Diamondbacks will hold Jerko close.
Well, we saw Joaquin Benoit up earlier. Now Torres. You know, I think Joaquin, after seeing him, he likes to get up in the middle of the game and just play a little toss to see how the wing's feeling.
They've thrown a couple of nights in a row that had one night off. 0-2. Maben holds off. Well, you know, if you see Benoit, good things have happened for the Padres.
Yeah.
Bring him in if this game gets closer. The Goldschmidt doesn't box that one. Makes the play himself, but a 3-run inning for the Padres, starting to claw their way back. Trail now by 6. Fifth inning, Diamondbacks over the Padres. Well, as we promised earlier in the game, we do have the AT&T fan photo of this ball game, Mark. Featured photo on hashtag SDFanPhoto. Chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast, and it's brought to you by AT&T.
Yeah, thank you, Joanna, at JoJo Bean. Wearing the Padre hats. A lot of Padre hats here at Chase Field in Arizona, rooting on the Padres.
Cody Ross in the game.
A lot of people wearing the brown tonight.
Coming off that 1984 tribute homestand, Petco. So Chase Anderson, young righty, his night's done. Cody Ross, the hitter. Well, Anderson got through his 5 innings.
I love that jersey, by the way.
You like the gold? The gold body, the yellow body?
Yeah, that was their pregame warm-up jerseys in 1984. And then they wore the the white or the brown, depending on if they were home or road.
Which was your favorite of the jerseys you wore?
I only wore the one, Mike. It was the white with the brown pinstripe and that Padres kind of block. They weren't block letters, but you know, it was the font the same as the 98 team, and then the road was the.
And Cody Ross hot about that call, giving Sean Barber a piece of his mind. Don Roach punches out Ross. One out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Well, he didn't like this one. It was a curveball, looked like out of the hand of Don Roach. High curveball. You know what? From that angle, it looked like it may have caught the inside part of the plate. Tough to tell. And you know what? Sean Barber gave him some leash right there, don't you think?
He really did. And that pitch will get Pollock. Crowd thinking there's more to it. And Pollock throws his bat away. He's got a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs, a couple of runs scored. Buddy Black head on out, chat things over here with a double switch likely as Cameron Maven starts trotting in. Roach now 65 pitches, 22 of them balls, 43 strikes. Took over with just 1 out in the 1st inning and has carried the Padres to this point. So pitching change as Will Venable gets out to the outfield. More baseball coming up. Trailed by 6. Don Roach, his night is done after picking up for Tim Stauffer in the 1st inning. He goes 4 innings tonight.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Alex Torres is the new Padres pitcher. 23 games this year, Mark. 1-0 record. ERA of a .86.
The main objective, stop the bleeding, right? After the hit batsman, Bud Black saw enough from Don Roach after picking up Tim Stauffer. We've got lefty, righty, lefty to up here. There is 1 out in this inning, but looking beyond, as Will Venable will go into center field in a double switch. He'll bat in the number 9 spot.
Torres was in the game last night. Allowed a hit and a walk. Didn't record an out. But right back up on the saddle again tonight. He'll face Gerardo Parra. But Parra single, scored a run in the 1st. Had himself a double also in the 1st. Part of an 8-run Diamondbacks opening frame for the home team. They tack on 2 more in the bottom of the 2nd. Padres, though, trying to claw their way back into this one, would put up 1 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th.
Yes, he did. You know, it stinks of the 2 runs in the 2nd inning for the Diamondbacks. You know, they score their 8 in the 1st, okay, but those 2 runs in that 2nd inning. Take those 2 runs away, it's 8-4.
Yeah, home run.
But that's not the way it happened. So we got to deal with it, right?
Martin Prado able to reach Don Roach. That 2-run shot. 0-2 to Parra. Torres came over here from Tampa. Heard a lot about his ability to get out both right-handers and left-handers.
The splits were unbelievable. Both well below 200 on the splits, right? It was like 150 something and 180 something.
Right.
But a lot has to do with that changeup. He's fastball, changeup heavy. There it is right there.
Yeah,
like
nice pitch.
Lefty on lefty changeup.
And I say nice pitch, not for its initial location, but the mere fact that he's able to get Parra to chase.
Yeah, and I think the reason why he does chase, Mike, is because out of the hand looks like a fastball, right? And it's elevated. Hitters like that. But because he pulled the string on the changeup, way out in front of it for the strikeout.
2 down now, Paul Goldschmidt. In for the Diamondbacks. He has a double, run scored, an RBI. Goldschmidt now leading the National League in hits. Doubles as well. After the ball game tonight, Mark, it's off to Chicago on the middle of the night flight. Off day tomorrow, and then 3 against the White Sox. And it's home, Petco and the Pittsburgh Pirates in for a 3-game stint. June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Former White Sox and former Diamondback Carlos Quentin. It'll be the first time that Carlos Quentin get a chance to play in Chicago in that ballpark since he was traded to the Padres. You could bet you're going to see Carlos Quentin at no less than designated hitter.
Oh, yeah. I would say pencil him in for all games in Chicago as the DH.
Absolutely.
Very familiar with U.S. Cellular Park. Ball kind of jumps out of there, too, as well, right?
So the stats tell us 0-2, 2 outs. Hit pretty well. And again, left. Can he make the play? He can't come up with it. Sliding try to no avail. So Goldschmidt reaches, and Pollock moves over to third base. It's ruled a base hit. Nice try by Tommy.
Well, let's take a look at the Phantom Cam. Where does he get it? Is it on the barrel, off the end? It's more towards off the end of the bat. And Goldschmidt is so strong that ball still travels a long way. And Tommy, just on the edge of his glove, cannot come up with it for the out. Two outs. And Pollock off at the crack of the bat. Ends up on third base.
So Goldschmidt with the soft double in the first. Hits this ball considerably harder. Base hit. Runners at the corners now for Miguel Montero. Couple of singles and a walk for the Diamondbacks catcher.
Good first pitch changeup.
I like the variety that Buddy Black has in a bullpen too.
Sure.
Some big men with power stuff. Torres, not one of the larger players. Good stuff though. It's lefty righties.
Good arm action. Good fastball. At times it get a little erratic. We saw that.
A lot of variety there for him. 0-1. Even now, ball and a strike. And it's ball 2. A little bit of action going on around the National League West tonight, folks. Reds lead the Dodgers 2-1 in the 6th. Giants beat the Cubs 5-0 today. Everybody in action as the Rockies lose to the Phillies 6-3. 10-4 is our score. It'll be 20 more ball games before the Padres play a National League West opponent again. Grab your tickets early anytime. Dodgers and Petco. That series June 20th, 21st, 22nd. Torres battling back. There's that changeup you were talking about.
That's a really good located changeup there. There's the guy you don't want to face on deck. Leave those 2 runners stranded for Torres. Leave it at 10.
Yeah, we've seen enough of Martin Prado. Nice pitch. Torres again off speed. Gets Montero. First time Montero's been retired tonight. Padres trail by 6. .5:30 in the morning as we check out the American League Central standings. Tigers, where they've been much of the year, 4.5 games up on those White Sox, who are 28-27. As Chris and Mark mentioned, they're playing pretty well, and they're doing it right now. Another big power hitter, Jose Abreu.
Well, I know that Mark Sweeney and you and I, and we always talk about, postseason. It's fun to talk postseason even this early in the year. With Mark Sweeney, are the Tigers good enough to win it all this year? How many World Series has the Tigers won in the last 3-4 years?
What are you going at?
Just trying to stir it up a little bit.
What are you driving at?
Just trying to stir it up a little bit.
You think there's more pressure?
There's more pressure on Detroit, don't you think?
Well, I was going to say, do you think there is more pressure on Ausmus, Granty, because the expectations are there? That team is built to win.
No question. No question about it.
Or is it maybe a little bit less pressure because you've got the players to compete and win?
I think there's more pressure.
Sometimes they say the best thing you can do is just fill out the lineup card, get out of the way. I don't know. Brad Ausmus. Story of the game.
Big fan of Brad Ausmus, though. Big fan.
Good guy.
Love
Randall Delgado taking over for the Diamondbacks. Grandal in the center field. Pollock on the run. He'll put it away. One down. Just want to pass along our apologies. Technical difficulty. And you know the way it works in live television. Signals beaming up, satellites handling things. It's like an elaborate game of electronic catch and throw, and sometimes there's a glitch in the system. So we apologize. Technical difficulty. Will Venable with one out. Venable coming into the ball game for Cameron Maben, part of a double switch.
Well, Randall Delgado, the right-hander. He's a 4-pitch pitcher. Fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. 88 to 96. Looks like he's going with the Ricky Vaughn glasses. You know, back in the day, you know, if you're a pitcher that wore glasses, it was like the horned rim, you know, like Ryan Durden.
Yeah, Ryan Durden. And I used to like how Ryan Durden would throw the ball to the backstop in his warm-up pitches to make you more unnerved.
You know, nowadays you've got the styling Oakleys that can fill your prescription, and you still have that cool, sleek look of a cool-looking sunglasses, right?
I'd go with contacts if I had the option, but a lot of guys can't wear them.
Yeah.
So it gives you something. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Will.
Whoa.
Even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, just the thought on Ausmus, if he wins it, they're going to say, well, big deal.
Right.
He should have won it with that lineup. If he doesn't,
that's why the pressure.
He's a failure, right?
Well,
that's strong. Maybe failure's strong, but a disappointment.
Right.
So you like the Tigers in the American League. Who's your early favorite right now in the National League?
You know what? Don't put the Giants. Don't think the Giants can't work some magic somehow.
Venable roller to Owings at short.
You know, and I know each team has deficiencies, and I know it's only May 27th, 28th,
28th.
But we've seen the Giants work some magic when they're not necessarily the best team on paper. When it's late in the year, they just made it in, right?
It's like an every other year thing for them right now.
And the Giants, as we speak, that's a final against the Cubs. 5-0.
2 outs. Here's the leadoff man, Everett Cabrera. Diamondbacks 10 runs on 13 hits, couple of errors. Padres 4 runs on 8 hits. Delgado 0-2 to Cabrera. So the Giants, your early pick in the National League.
Yes, I would say I would lean that way.
Milwaukee's opening some eyes. I don't know how legitimate they are long term, but 31 wins to lead the Central. And down goes Cabrera in the top of the 6th. Padres, a lot of ground to make up. Back to Chase Field in a moment. summary brought to you by Nissan. All Diamondbacks very early in this one. An 8-run first inning on 8 hits. Pollock, Parra, Goldschmidt, Montero, Prado, Owens, and Ciarte. Pollock again. Finally, the Padres again on the board. Tommy Mennica continues his hot hitting. Got himself a triple, scored a run. Padres would score 1 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th. And that's where we stand. It's a 10-4 ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. And Martin Prado is facing Alex Torres.
You know what the objective is here? Hold them at 10, get in slam range. Right?
Okay. Sure.
Hold the Diamondbacks at 10. Get in slam range.
No doubt got to hold him at 10. Now, should or perhaps if or perhaps when the Padres come back, you got some work to do.
Oh, I'm going to be walking. And I will gladly do it for Children's Hospital. And I got some people that are going to walk with me. They're getting in on the act.
Sign up for that. Let's sign up for that.
It'll be a caravan.
Where's our walk again? What have you decided on?
Alpine to Petco. And then we'll have a little get together down there, a little barbecue or something.
Tell you what, there's some creative ideas.
And you know, we just received word that the production crew is in. Odino needs to get out there and walk some miles. He can lose a few lbs.
Hey, I'll tell you this about Odino. Michael Odino, our director.
Yeah.
That guy's in shape. He walks every day we travel. Every day.
Yeah, then he eats twice as much.
Whatever. You know, you're one to look at it differently than I am. Odino, in his own way, is a slave to fitness. And to the buffet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the production truck is in.
Yeah, Max Michalak, he's in.
All right.
He'll be our engineer on the positive train on that walk when the Padres come back. As we take a look at Phantom Cam. Oh, and it doesn't hit the shin guard. That's what's really frustrating.
Oh, you had it there anyway.
Yeah.
It's not long enough.
You might want to move that down a little bit more. And he's hurting.
I'm sure that's smart.
He can't even hardly put any weight on that. Now he moves it down. That's great.
Yeah, this is interesting right here. What good does it do you now? Just kind of hold down the swelling, the pressure?
You know what that feels like?
Tell me.
You go out to your garage and you find your dad's toolbox, right? And you grab a hammer and then you sit down and you take that hammer and you go whack right on the shin. That's what that feels like. I don't encourage that, but that's what it feels like.
Well, I'm glad you don't encourage it. Have you
like there are the commercials where it says do not attempt this at home?
Right.
Like professional driver. These guys are professionals. We don't encourage to doing that at home.
Broadcasters in booth, not as sharp as you might hope. Certainly not as they appear. 1-2 to Prado. Foul. So now he believes he has the shin guard in the perfect place.
What happens if he fouls one off just below the knee?
What are the odds? Should have gone in there and grabbed the full-size shin guard from Miguel Montero. Go big or go home.
Oh, look out.
He's got that Pomeranz athleticism. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming.
Everybody's getting beat up. That one hit the home plate umpire.
Somebody's just going to scream, "Uncle, enough!"
And you know what? A veteran move by Yasmani Grandal. Sean Barber got that one right on the bounce. So Yasmani, he's earning some points by going out and talking to Torres and say, hey, umpire got it right in the breadbasket. He needs a little bit of a breather, okay? So just kind of deal with me here. And Sean collects himself. He's saying, thank you very much, Yazzie. I guarantee you Sean Barber's going to say something to Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani's like, how you doing there, kid? Doing all right? All right.
Yasmani nursing his own wounds after
everybody's heard that trifecta behind home plate.
Need a day off. Fortunately, have one scheduled for tomorrow.
I'm on rooming.
10 pitch at bat.
I'm a homeboy.
You know, we've talked about this before about it. You never get through a season clearly without injuries.
Hurting there, and hurting there. Who's next? This guy right over here?
And it's ball 3. So, how long does a position player get through a season without feeling nicked up? A game even?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. As we take a look at the Southland Technology Fox track, buckshot all over the place. And Mike, that's why when you walk in the clubhouse after a game, how many of those guys are packed in ice? I mean, not just an elbow. I'm talking a knee, a hammy, a shoulder.
Everybody's trying to stay on the field or get on the field. Oh, nice play by Torres. Thought it was going to get back, but then he airmails it. Half of the play turned out perfectly, and the important part, the throw, does not. Prado going to make a bid for third. The tag is in time.
Thank goodness.
Eric Cooper right there, the crew chief, make the call, but Prado just started running wild. Starts with a nice play by Torres.
I don't know what Prado's thinking. He's up 10-4. Great throw on the back end. Prado diving towards the outfield part of the bag. Headley with the swipe tag. He got it. And the Phantom Cam. Where is the tag applied? The armpit area. I think he got him just before he got to the bag.
So E1 and 3-5 for the putout.
This might give us a good look on the application of the tag from Chase Headley. Right there before he, well.
Hey, you know what?
Whoa, that was
doesn't matter though because that's right, because Kirk Gibson is
he may have been safe on that.
It looked like it might have gotten him on the arm, but even if it didn't, Gibson spent his challenge in the first inning.
It's worth talking about.
Sure. We'll take another look.
Don't have to yell at me.
That's true. I'm a little worked up.
I really hate it when you raise your voice.
You're right.
Now, Torres airmails it. Now it's off to the races. And credit Yonder Alonso for getting this baseball. Come up firing. And Martin Prado's not happy. I'm wondering what, he's up 10-4. Why try to make that run or make that case for going to third base?
Hey, look, not for nothing, because Prado has had himself a good series. But a long at bat, he beats himself up with a foul ball off the leg. And then a little insult to injury thrown out at third for no good reason.
But if you've got a sore leg, why do you want to try to stretch it into third base?
Now who's doing the yelling? I don't know why you're so worked up. One out, full count.
Hey, that could be huge, right? Erasing that runner. Nice changeup.
Down goes Aaron Hill. 2 down here at the bottom of the 6th.
Torres has got the good arm action and the good feel for that changeup. Right on the inside corner. He does a little dance after that one.
Here's the shortstop, Chris Owings. 2 for 2, a couple of singles, a walk, an RBI. Now 3 for 3. Sharp single back up the middle for Owings.
Left field, Ender.
That's 14 hits now for Arizona. Padres pitchers have struck out 8 Diamondbacks. Everybody's hacking tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I just got a great tweet from somebody regarding the possible charity walk. Some guy suggests, how about Mudd running around Del Mar Racetrack wearing a jockey suit and a stick pony?
Wearing a jockey suit and a stick pony.
Just picturing that.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Another ball kicks away from Grandal. So Grandal able to play today after the hand injury yesterday. I don't know if I'd have picked today to play.
Oh, you know, Torres has spiked about, what, 4 or 5 balls right there. The umpire's gotten it, and Yasmani has gotten it as well.
Roach had a couple in there.
That's right.
I don't know what's more upsetting, the thought of you in a jockey suit or riding a stick pony. Two-0. Now 3 balls, no strikes. I think it's left us both collectively speechless. What a horrifying image.
That's the winner right there. That is the winner.
Mark Grant in racing silks. Ball 4 in Enciarte. So with 2 outs, Diamondbacks runners at first and second.
Hey, Padre fans, in honor of a decade of Petco, Pet Adoption Memories Sundays are now also $10 adoption Sundays. You can enjoy all the fun that Padres baseball under the sun for only $10. Don't wait. Get your $10 adoption Sunday tickets today at padres.com/Petco. What a good thing there.
Pitcher Randall Delgado. And another short hop. Delgado's had himself 4 at bats. This is 5th. He is hitless. I think people like the idea of you at Del Mar because they're thinking of California Chrome, the horse that has won the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness, going for the Triple Crown. June 7th race at Belmont. Jeff Murray sending us that tweet. Hashtag California Chrome Dome. The pitcher going to right field. And Sid Smith is there. So it remains a 6-run differential. Good buddy. That's the score here. Chase Field, Arizona. Diamondbacks lead the Padres. Checking out the current All-Star balloting in the National League. Charlie Blackmon. What a surprise year for that Colorado Rocky. 549,000 votes in left field. This is the leaderboard currently. Andrew McCutchen, last year's MVP in center field. Ryan Braun, leading vote getter right now in right. Nolan Arenado, Troy Tulowitzki, the left side of the infield, and for that matter, an outfielder for the Rockies, leading things now. Chase Utley, Adrian Gonzalez, and Yadier Molina.
Yeah, remember Nolan Arenado with the injury, sliding in head first, right? But still, 318,000 votes. That's a pretty good looking lineup right there. And how about Chase Utley? I mean, not only the votes, but how would you say it? I don't want to say that he's reinvented himself or resurrected his career. Or
well, he's healthy.
He's healthy, right?
A lot to do with it. Seth Smith, Chase Headley, Yonder Alonso. Troy Tulowitzki there, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Leading hitter in baseball. You got to figure Giancarlo Stanton and Yasiel Puig off to a hot start.
Yeah, as far as the reserves, right?
All-Star game July 15th on Tuesday, right here on Fox. Big Fox. Target Field is the site.
I like that venue. Target Field, very nice. I'm a big fan of downtown Minneapolis as well.
It's the third time Minneapolis has had the All-Star game.
Good people.
That is a beautiful ballpark.
How about the 3 Rockies, though, huh?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. And if you want to take part in the balloting for the All-Star game July 15th, there you go. At every ballpark, pick yourself up a ballot.
Be interesting to see who gets hot from this point forward, perhaps, for the Padres. Every team has a representative.
There's a discussion. Should every team be represented? Because remember, Sweeney and I had that inside corner, was it last year or the year before? And he was against it. I was for it.
Let me hear your argument.
I just think every team should be represented. Everybody deserves to be an all-star. I mean, not everybody, not that form the way I said it. Every team has an all-star that should be representing their team. And if you're the best hitter on the team, you're the best pitcher on the team. And if your best hitter is hitting 240, if your best pitcher is like Houston Street, 15 saves, he should be the guy representing. If Seth Smith, I'm getting 2 shaken to the heads right here. I want to hear this argument.
I'm going with Sweeney.
Why?
I say if you're the best, you make the team. The best in the league. It represents the league, right? It's the National League All-Star team. American League All-Star team. I want to see the best players in the league. And if your team doesn't have one of the best players in the league,
okay, then why all of a sudden you hit this argument to where the most valuable player of the National League should be on the first place team? How come a guy on the last place team can't win it? Like Andre Dawson that year. Had a phenomenal year. Well, I disagree with the most valuable player has to be on the first place team or a team that wins the division. I disagree with that.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there. I think it's obvious as to why that happens in most cases. The argument is the team couldn't have been that successful without that particular player. Under the heat of competition, as you know, as a big leaguer, you get toward the end of the season, people are gunning for you. You're seeing the best pitching, always the most intense at bats, and you're still performing. I think there's something to be said for that. But I don't know that it correlates to the All-Star selections. That said, the rules as they stand,
I think every team should be represented. Because little Johnny in La Mesa, who loves his Padres, wants to watch the All-Star game on Fox and root for his Friar.
I think little Johnny's going to watch anyway because he loves the game. Headley to left, and 2 are out here at the top of the 7th. I think a baseball fan's going to watch good baseball, and they're going to hope and cheer like heck that one of their guys can get on that team.
Hey, I'm a baseball fan, and I watch good baseball. I watch bad baseball. I watch indifferent baseball. I just want to see a baseball game.
And you're playing for home field advantage.
Well, who's to say that a guy from a team that's whatever, like you said, not being represented, but he's that one guy that comes up with the big base hit to get the National League or the American League the home field advantage?
I don't like it. I want to take my ball and go home. Alonso, center field. Back goes Pollock on the track. Padres go down in order in the 7th. They trail by 6.
Well, there's the door right there.
Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By Petco, the power of together. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Wrapping up the series here in Phoenix, Arizona. Chase Field, a 100-degree night. Roof is open. And we're glad you're able to join us on this Wednesday. Is your chance. Make out those all-star ballots. Mark Grant and I have been arguing about the rules of the game when it comes to all-star voting. Should every team have a player representing their club? Mr. Grant believes each team should. I do not believe that to be the case. But you, the fans, make the ultimate decision. Go ahead and vote for your favorite players. The Padres, Troy Patton taking over for Alex Torres.
Well, with the Orioles, 9 games, a high ERA. We mentioned it the last time that Troy was in the game. Had a couple of outings where he gave up multiple runs, and as a reliever, it really comes back to bite you. He made his Padres debut on Sunday. That was against the Cubs. Of course, he was acquired from Baltimore in exchange for catcher Nick Hundley. And Nick Hundley had a game-winning hit the other day for the against the Milwaukee Brewers for the Orioles.
And he did. Top of the lineup, A.J. Pollock, Gerardo Parra, Paul Goldschmidt. Some defensive changes. Kristen Orphea now in left field. Tommy Medica, who got the start there, is at first, and his ball is hammered. Left center field, off the wall. Venable in the Cabrera, and Pollock, second double of the game, his third hit. A.J. Pollock,
he's making a name for himself, isn't he?
He really is. You know, when this club, the Diamondbacks, decided to move Adam Eaton who was considered a scrappy guy, good
Yes.
ball player.
Yeah.
They did so because they really liked A.J. Pollock and came into the game tonight hitting .290. 3 hits, 4 trips, plus he was hit by a pitch. Here's Gerardo Parra. So as fans vote for their favorite players for the July 15th All-Star game, we're right here on Fox at Target Field. And the rules that exist are that every team has a representative. Who do you like for your San Diego Padres?
I like Houston Street at this point. I know there's been an argument for Seth Smith, but we still have some time. But as we speak, my goodness, I mean, how can you not for Houston Street for the pitching end?
15 saves?
15 for 15 and save opportunities. The numbers are just eye-popping. Opponent's batting average for Houston. So take a look at Houston holding court down there.
Guy's a stud.
Yeah, 145. Opponents hitting 145 off of Houston. How about you?
I like Houston as well. I respect the work that Seth Smith has done, but there are a lot of outfielders right now playing pretty well. Now, Seth Smith might get that opportunity, certainly. And if he continues to hit the way he's hitting, I don't know that anybody is going to be critical of that. But he's playing in a stacked position in baseball. A lot of competition. You want to make the All-Star team as an outfielder.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a 34-man roster, unlike the regular 25-man that they use in season.
Yes, he did.
Crew Chief Eric Cooper. Another look at it.
Well, he did fall down, but watch the angle of the bat as he goes. I thought he went. Big time.
So it's a 34-man All-Star roster, but then the fans vote for that 35th guy. Remember that?
Yep.
The last second, last chance, last gasp effort.
On the internet, right?
Correct. You can vote until July 3rd. Final teams will be announced July 5th and 6th. And the game is July 15th. 1 out, Paul Goldschmidt. Couple of hits. RBI, run scored. And he hits this ball a ton. An absolute ton. Straight away. Center field. 2-run shot.
Fastball right down the middle, 1-0 count. And the big boy gets a hold of it. That's right on the sweet spot. Great extension from Goldschmidt. We talked about foul pole to foul pole. I think that one may have hit up above the auxiliary scoreboard because it really was tough to see where that ball changed direction.
Fly ball left field. DeNorfia gives it a look into the seats. So it's no balls and 1 strike to Montero. And Goldschmidt hit that ball above the camera well in center field.
I didn't see that ball change direction. Did that actually hit the digital scoreboard, or was it below the digital scoreboard?
I'll be honest with you. I have to take another look at it to see. Shallow left field, foul ball, and Headley puts it away. 2 down. So the double by A.J. Pollock. And a strikeout to Parra. And then this Goldschmidt home run.
Like I said, that was off the digital scoreboard. Oh my gosh, that was halfway up. Maybe a third of the way.
Remember, it is 407 to the base of the wall.
Holy smokes.
It's got a little pop. Second in the MVP voting last year behind Andrew McCutchen. Martin Prado. Now 12-4 ball game. Prado 2 for 4. A 2-run home run, single, 3 RBIs.
You know, there was one hit here a while ago. Remember Richie Sexton?
Yeah.
Remember the big sexy? He hit one halfway up. They registered at 500 feet.
When you say halfway up, and I'm looking out at that board right now, where's halfway, like up in the digital portion of that board?
Right there. That would be halfway to me. Right about there.
Holy smoke.
Yeah, and you know what? Goldschmidt's, I think his was like right around here. Maybe even higher.
Yeesh. You know, with a little luck, he might make the All-Star team. Yeah, Goldschmidt, special talent.
With a little luck, we can make this whole darn thing work out. He's a good player.
Well respected, well liked young man. Arizona Diamondback Paul Goldschmidt. Shallow right. Smith puts it away. Now the crowd silent. Even at home, just impressed with the power of the big first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. A 2-run home run. It is now 12-4 ball game.
Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego.
Reds, as they mentioned, now leading the Dodgers 3-2. Phillies beating the Rockies 6-3. Giants over the Cubs 5-0. And we have ourselves 12-4 ball game. Tommy Medica against Randall Delgado. Paul Goldschmidt out of the game now after a long home run in the bottom of the 7th. Nick Evans, new Diamondbacks first baseman.
Well, Mark Sweeney back in San Diego. Might be a case Tommy Medica could get more at-bats, feeling more comfortable, and hence the good results.
Going to get himself some new hardware, a piece of lumber. Well, we talked about it before. If a guy's in the zone,
yeah,
or not, how long it takes really to determine that, or if it's just a one-game aberration. For Medica, a couple of hits, 3 of them yesterday, including the home run. Is that the zone?
I would say so. You know, I don't like to compare hitters, but I'm just saying the stance. And once again, you know, you throw out a name and people think, oh, you're comparing so-and-so. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I think Tommy Medica, he's got a little Jack Clark in him with his stance. Close stance, kind of the hands, you know, kind of right there, flipping the bat back a little bit. Kind of like the Ripper.
What do you think, Swains? You buying that? It sure does. Well, look at it. Just bullet into the seats. Looks like everybody's okay.
I'm just talking about his stance, Mike. I'm not comparing Jack Clark.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. I get it. I get what you're saying. A similar stance. I'm trying to get a hitter's perspective on that. You know, you've been feisty ever since we were debating the All-Star.
I don't like your aggression.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with your tone of voice. That and the fact that you're going to be running around Del Mar in a jockey suit with a stick pony trying to raise money for charity doesn't paint a very pretty picture. Here's the 3-2. You guys see the other day, Manny Ramirez is back in the game?
Yes. How about that? The Chicago Cubs, right? Player coach for the I-Cubs. Right?
That's right.
AAA affiliate for the Chicago Cubs.
He's got some issues there to iron out.
I would say so.
About Manny's history. You think that's a good move for the Cubs?
I can't comment.
Pardon?
Sure it is.
That's interesting. Other way. Medica showing power to the other field, and this ball is gone. Tommy Medica pulls a few balls foul, and it goes the other way into the right field seats. Second home run in as many days. How about that drive?
Fastball away. Mark Sweeney, that is pretty, and even a better result from Tommy Medica, is it not? Single, shy of the cycle for Tommy Medica.
That's 6 hits in his last 7 at bats.
Anybody have him tonight for pick the stick?
Oh, the always dangerous Chris Button. Chris Button, well done. A triple, a double, a home run. Tommy Medica.
14-point night. I could be wrong, but I've got 14.
Well, triple and the run scored. There's 4. Then the double.
6.
2 RBIs.
7, 8.
Solo home run.
That's 6, right?
Correct.
Running the RBI?
Correct.
So 8 plus 6 is what? According to my math, it's
still 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball 2 strikes to Jerko.
I just love the foul. When you, it's like Paul Goldschmidt. Power, but power to all fields. Foul pole to foul pole. And that's what we've seen with Tommy Medica.
Hey, let me ask you this on Medica. His offer in this game is in the 2nd inning. That was that line drive he hit to Martin Prado. That they scored an error. Padres, as you know, have never hit for the cycle.
Interesting. That's right. I do remember that play down there.
Now, the way I understand it, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but the player now, not just the club, have the ability to appeal a scoring decision. You can go and appeal a scoring decision.
Sure you can.
Right?
Sure.
I understand that the game's out of hand. I know it's a 12-5 ball game right now. But just throwing it out there. And Denorfia, soft liner out to Park.
Well, he's definitely in his zone tonight, as you mentioned earlier.
Well, what do you think on that? It's the right thing to do.
You know what? I'd have to see the play again. So much has happened between now and then.
Really has. 2 outs. Mark Sweeney, what do you think? Do you question that decision, or you just let it go? That's a good point. Now we'll see what happens. Yasmani Grandal. 2-0.
Oh, now I remembered. It was that hooking line drive, right?
Yeah.
Here it is. Down, top hand, top spin, hooking. Yeah, that's an error. You don't need. He's got to make that play, even though it was a line drive. I think that's an error. What do you think, Mike?
Well,
I agree with Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, I see. I mean, it does appear to be an error there. But just so you know, I mean, the official rules do say that a player or a club can request that the league president review a judgment call of an official score made in a game in which such player or club participated by notifying the league president. As we take another look at it.
Yeah, that wasn't hit that hard. I mean, it was hit on the line, but it wasn't like scalded.
One more look. Ball's hit pretty well.
Pretty well, but not like scalded. He's playing back. He was playing in Chandler.
All right, Kennesaw Mountain Landis.
I'm just trying to look at it objectively.
I hear you. Just throwing it out there. That's all I'm saying. In either case, Tommy Medica does have a triple, the double, a home run. No question marks in those 3.
No.
And Will Venable now even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I guess if you go back to and you get it reversed, it's after all that the Padres fans have been through, waiting so long for a cycle. It's kind of anticlimactic to do it that way, I suppose. It's Venable. Singles sharply to right field. Would you agree you want a little more fanfare dramatics and to go get it reversed like
Yeah, exactly. But like Mark said, you know, you look at it, that's the ruling that, you know. I think it was the right call as Mike Harkey, the pitching coach, goes out to have a chat with his pitcher.
For the Diamondbacks, they're 12 runs coming on 16 hits. They've made a couple of errors. Padres 5 runs on 10 hits. Diamondbacks are going to host Cincinnati after the Padres leave town tonight. A 4-game set against the Reds. Padres with an off day tomorrow. And in 3 against the Chicago White Sox. Everett Cabrera, top of the order. You know what? This sets up nicely. Get a couple of guys on base here. And Tommy's going to get another at bat.
There you go.
Put it all to rest. Cabrera doing his part in the left field. Second hit for Everett. Bases loaded now for Seth Smith. Well, that base hit by Cabrera will secure an at-bat for Tommy Medica, barring something strange, pickoff perhaps, but let's be optimistic that Tommy gets another shot at it. 12-5 ball game. We'll get one more at bat tonight. Possibly here at the top of the 8th, but most certainly it would seem in the top of the 9th, Mark, as the Diamondbacks have made a pitching change. Joe Thatcher taking over for Randall Delgado.
Well, Joe Thatcher pitched in Monday night's game. 7th inning, only third of an inning, and 1 hit for the former Padre, Joe Thatcher.
Buddy Black goes to the secret weapon. Carlos Quentin, pinch hitting. After a couple of starts, available to Buddy off the bench, and this is a huge at bat. And Carlos gets hit the first pitch he sees, so he gets the run across, but kind of anticlimactic when we hope Carlos get a chance to swing that bat a little bit.
Third baseman
First pitch breaking ball. I really would have liked to seen Carlos Quentin get a chance to hack.
So Quentin at first. Chase Headley back at home plate. Montero looks it into the seats. Now Quentin, as we all know, pretty proficient, not only for hitting for power, but also hitting by pitches.
Right.
Been hit by pitches.
Well, we're used to seeing this left-hander, Joe Thatcher, low 3/4, thrown across his body. In fact, low 3/4, that's straight sidearm right there, throwing that frisbee.
And just a quick note on Quentin. Hit by a pitch 114 times in his career. Has led the league 4 times.
He's the modern day Craig Biggio / Don Baylor.
0-2, and it gets Chase Headley with the bases loaded. Padres pick up 1. It's a 12-6 ball game. And Tommy Medica will get it at bat. He's 1 hit shy of the cycle after this big home run. Night right now as the Padres try to make up some ground here. The Diamondbacks, they jumped out to an early lead. It's a 12-6 game, but Tommy Medica fans, this is a real opportunity to see something special. So if you're near a phone, get to text, call a friend, because Tommy Medica is going to get it at bat, it looks like, in the top of the 9th inning. He is a single shy of the cycle. Would be the first cycle in Padres history. Some changes around for you. Alexi Amarista is at third base. Carlos Quentin stays in the game. In left field, Kristen Orfia moves from left to right. (12-6), bottom of the 8th. Aaron Hill, Chris Owings, Ender Inciarte to face Troy Patton. No shortage of offense.
Yeah,
it's not quite enough yet for the Pods.
And I'll tell you what, when you look at the game up to this point, and you look at the way Bud Black was up against the wall, 8 runs in the first for the Diamondbacks, 2 runs in the second, down 10-0. And the way the bullpen has come through, only 2 runs since then. That was in the last half inning of the 7th. I would say the bullpen has done a fine job. And of course, offensively, Tommy Medica. A single shy of the cycle, and he'll get another AB next half inning.
And we went over it half an inning ago. His line drive to the third baseman, his first time up, ruled an error. Probably rightfully so. But he did reach base on that error, and suppose if you wanted to contest it. But just the same, I think it's even better, clearly, that he has a chance to just do it cleanly.
Absolutely.
How fantastic would that be for this young man?
Oh, it's a nail biter.
Jerko to Medica. Hill's gone, 1 out. Or Carl's Jr. star of the game. Don't know who else could possibly go in other than the fella who has that shot at the cycle. Tommy Medica, 3 for 4, the double, the triple, the home run. 3 RBIs. A couple of runs scored. 7 for his last 8. Medica started first base last night. Tonight he got the start in left, then moved over to first. And he will hit in the 9th inning. Opportunity before tonight's ball game for the Padres to have taken their second series against the National League West team. Took one against the Giants. And it's going to be a tough sled. Nice play, Alexi Amarista. Did you? Oh, very close play at first base. Very close play. Chris Owings legging it out.
Dave Roberts already on the horn to the clubhouse. Safe. I got safe. What do you think, Mike?
I think so on that replay. Another look. It's going to be a tough tell here. Nah, I can't get a better view there. How about here?
Well, remember, the ball's got to hit the back of the glove of the fielder, right? The foot is on the bag right now, and the ball just hits the glove. Heck of a play by Alexi.
Really nice play. It's Owings. Infield hit. 17th hit for the Diamondbacks.
Hey, he got down that line very quickly. That ball was hit sharply, and it was a good throw by Alexi.
Hits well, runs well. Cabrera, Jerko, Medica. Another close one. But Ender Inciarte legs it out. Sure thought the guys had a shot. Turn 2.
Now that ball wasn't hit that sharp. They kind of just felt for it, right?
Yeah, but Cabrera's got that good arm.
Yes, he does. He knows when to pump it up as well. As we take a look. Foot's on the bag right now, and clearly not in the love of Medica. Good call by Chris Guccione at first base.
And Jerko with no dramatics there. Diamondbacks down. 12-6 ball game. Gather around the set. Big doings here at Chase Field. Tommy Medica with a shot at the cycle. You do not want to miss it. as they trail 12-6. Tommy Medica has certainly been the bright spot. He's going to come to bat here in the 9th inning, just a single shy of the cycle. Significant, clearly. Padres fans know it's never happened for San Diego. No player has ever hit for the cycle. 353 near cycles, but it's never happened. Tommy Medica can change that tonight. He'll hit second behind Rene Rivera.
And you know, Mike, on that graphic, it said that there have been 10 players that have needed a single to complete that cycle. Boy, what an exciting time for Tommy Medica.
Trevor Cahill, the new Diamondbacks pitcher. He is starter for Arizona. Now in the bullpen. Breaking pitch, strike 2. Small crowd here at Chase Field. Watch their team score 8 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the 7th. So the Diamondbacks got their 12 runs. Padres run in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 8th. A lot of offense from Tommy Medica. Home run, 2-run double, triple run scored for Medica.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Very.
I mean, granted, you know, the Padres are down 12-6, but we're on the verge of watching possible history here. Since 1969.
Never.
Think of all the great
happened.
hitters.
It is unbelievable. And I know the stories that Padres fans love to tell, and how close Tony Gwynn, for example, was.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you think of all the great guys, great hitters that have worn that Padres uniform.
Rivera down on strikes. 1 out here in the 9th.
First baseman, Tommy Medica.
And here's the man of the hour. Kind of a wry smile. You wonder if they're talking about it as he digs in. Tommy's night. A triple in the 4th, a double in the 5th, and a home run in the 8th. There you see Tommy's night. It has been spectacular.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Come on, kid.
One, two. Even.
Hey, these guys know. Look at that.
Hammered way up in the air to center field and into the glove of A.J. Pollock. Thought he'd make a bid to leave. Wouldn't have been the cycle, clearly,
Second baseman,
but it would have capped a sparkling night. So the cycle not meant to be for young Tommy Medica. but he battled all the way through.
Well, Trevor Cahill starts him up with a breaking ball, gets a call off the plate, 0-1, 0-2. Now he's got a battle. The check swing. He checked it. Waste pitch. High breaking ball, just couldn't get the top hand on top of it. Worked underneath it, and I'll tell you what, folks, that is one heck of the night offensively for Tommy Medica.
He's had a wonderful series. Hats off to you, Tommy Medica. Paul Goldschmidt doing damage himself for the Diamondbacks. A long home run. 2-run shot in the 7th. Also a double and a single, but it's that home run that's our Bill Howe play of the game. Well, Tommy's in the zone. Padres will have that day off tomorrow, and hopefully Tommy stays hot as the team gets into Chicago to play the White Sox. Jed Jerko tonight, 2 for 4. Count full to Jed. Cahill avoids becoming answer to the trivia question by getting Medica, and now he's trying to get the final out of this ball game for his Arizona Diamondbacks, who lead 12-6. Padres just got too far behind too soon in this one. Couldn't recover. And it's strike 3 called on Jed Jerko. 12-6 is the final score. Let's get you back to the Southwest Airlines studio in San Diego with Chris Button.
All right.